Hi guys, welcome to today's class. This is without the mic. And another way to import file is to follow last check. So hi guys. So let's try again. Alright guys, welcome back to today's class. This is Adedin Adiola, the CEO of Adiola Productions. Okay, so this is the class where we teach you editing and then we take you the tour around being a filmmaker. Okay, before I continue, I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the subscriptions on the channel. I can see the numbers are increasing daily. We are 100, but let's just celebrate 100 already. Okay, so thank you guys. I can see your handwork. I'm very grateful. It means a lot to me. Let's get back to this class. Okay, so last week we went through starting a new project, and then we did well with that. So today we are going to assume you've gone through the other class, and then this is a new class for you. So today we are going to be touring through the interface, the whole Premiere interface, and we'll show you what function everything has to do and how to maneuver all of them. So first, after creating your project, you select OK, you rename and then select OK, and then it brings you here. So over here we have our source monitor, and then this is where you see your files without even clicking into the timeline. And here, this is your program monitor. This is where the screen shows what the audience would see. And over here is our project panel or projects monitor, where we see all our files imported to the system. And then lastly, but not the last actually, here we'll see the timeline where we create our sequence and then how we edit and all of those things. So that's not just all. Over here we have other panels also. We have the media browser, we have the libraries, we have the infos, we have tons of panels here, and you need to see them. We'll discuss how effective and how efficient they could be and they can be during the course of this class. But for now, let's just go on to importing. Now, you cannot edit anything if you don't have anything on the software. So basically, we want to learn how to import files. So there are 3 to 4 ways to import files. One, which I'll show you right now, you select file over the top of your screen, and then you see import. The import here, you select it, takes you to your media browser where you select what file you're going to be using. So let's just say I want to import this file, I like it, and then I select open, and then it brings it down to my software, which is Premiere Pro. And another way is this also. You can double click an empty space in your media, in your project panel, and then it brings up your media browser also, and then you select something else in here. Let's say select this. It imports into your project panel. And the third way to do things also is by the shortcut Control I. Control I opens your media browser again, and then you select whatever file it is you want to bring in. So let's do this, and then we open, and also it brings it inside. You see everything keeps adding up inside your project's monitor. And lastly, what we can do again is to drag from your media browser, and then you drag into Premiere Pro. So let's just do this. You drag from here to Premiere Pro, and then you drop it inside, and it drops. Now we have our files inside the project's monitor, and then we need to work on these files. But we need to see what we have first, work on what we have. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but then it should make sense. Okay, so if I double click any file, it opens in the source monitor, and it shows us what we have clicked. In this source monitor, we can decide to select what part of the clip we want to take into our workspace, our timeline for editing. So if this is where we do all our ins and our out. So this is mark in, and then this is mark out. So if I want from here, I select mark in, and I want it to stop right about here. and mark out. And this, when I import this, when I drag this into my timeline, it only shows from here to here. So I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, let's just go to the timeline. Now the timeline, which other people call your sequence, and there are a few ways to create a sequence for the timeline also. One of which is you go through to File, you select New, and then it opens, and then you see Sequence. Once you click this, it brings out some scary things that you might freak about if you're just new to this. But trust me, you will be as nothing very soon. So you do this, and you rename and all, and then you select OK, then your sequence is set. We'll come back to explaining this. For now, cancel. You can also create a sequence by using a shortcut, which is Ctrl N. So Ctrl N also brings out that scary looking tab, and then you select what format you want to edit in. And I would advise you to do that right about now because of your stage of learning. So one other thing you can do, and which is the best way to do things, is to allow Adobe decide accurately the file you're bringing to the timeline. So what you do is this: you drag, and then once you drop it, what Adobe does is it automatically calculates and takes all information needed from that file to create a new sequence. So it does this. Okay. So and then this way we can begin putting in all our files. Now back to sequence. There's also something you should know about creating a sequence. If we are done at the File, New, and then Sequence. Now this is very good if you want to edit something. You want to edit something in a particular frame rate, but not the same frame rate that the camera shot us, or you want to creatively do something in your own way, not regarding what the camera was set at. So you can come here and then decide, okay, 25 frames, although the camera was shot at 50 frames. I'll show you that, and I'll say, let's just say 25 frames per second, FPS, and then you say, okay. So right here we see that these files were shot at 50 frames per second. But if I drag them here, it denies it and tells me there's an error. So what do? We can basically say change sequence settings, which means the camera, the system would, Adobe Premiere Pro would automatically change this information to what suits the file you're about to import. Or you can say keep existing settings, which means we want to determine what we want to do, not the system determining for us. So if I say keep existing settings, this is what happens. You can see that the frame of the file is not the same thing as the frame of the sequence. That's why we have this black bars all around the video. So I think for today, this is where we stop. So I want to thank you guys once more. You can follow us on our social media, follow us on Instagram at Adedin Productions, and subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me if you do that, so we can help people. And just so you know, this video is proudly sponsored by Ahmed Zol Photography. If you find yourself anywhere in the north, this guy is good, so you can check him out on Instagram, Ahmed Zol Photography, and I'll drop the link below and every other link needed for this video. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time being here, and I say I love you guys. Thank you.